we started out with a massive rally right out of the gate here this morning on the inflation report, and specifically we had core inflation year over year. We had just a headline. So core is without food and energy. And so things like services, actual like goods, industrial products, those kind of things, still running pretty darn hot. I mean, this is not okay. Well, it's back to business as usual. We did talk about this recently. In fact, I think it was yesterday, because it was one of the sort of follow-up questions. How was this inflation report going to be digested by the market? If we actually look at, this is the October print, and then today's print here, November. I guess, I mean, this is what everybody's getting excited about, is the fact that we're not continuing this insane slope. If we were still continuing this insane slope up here, we'd be in deep doo-doo. So, we had this pretty dramatic rise. And if anything, like I said, I don't think Powell has any interest whatsoever, in all the banksters and stuff. I don't think they have any interest in prices actually coming back down here. Just those days are over. I mean, it's stupid hyperinflation world. So, this is what we're talking about, that we're not doing this sort of hyperbolic rise anymore, thank heavens, But I think the market, the reason why you saw the market kind of happier, is that instead of this insane growth rate now, and I think this is what Powell wants to see, is he wants to see that we sort of embark on some sort of trend like that. What ideally, and for the longest time, you can see that if we did sort of year ago, let's go here with the middle of October 2018 to October 2017. What did I say here? This was October 18, so October 17. There we go. All right. So that's, can you see how that's sort of like the slope that they would ideally like to see? That is their sort of 2 to 3% inflation rate. And the slope of the curve, this is sort of like if the machine is working correctly, this is what that slope of that curve should look like. And this is what we went into with COVID nonsenseness. So the fact that they're even inflating the economy here, it just goes to show, as soon as we left the deflationary cycle, and of course, Brian teaches in the school program that, this was basically where that cycle ended. And we left the deflationary world of the past 20 years, the dot-com boom. This was supposed to be, believe it or not, I know it sounds crazy, but this window here, this was supposed to be the deflationary spiral. We were actually supposed to go down. Keep in mind, this should technically follow or track sort of the economy. And if more money is being made, money multiplier effect, there's more business being done, economy is actually growing naturally, well, then that's fine to have that kind of inflation. But this inflation was all about money supply. All right, there. Okay. So you can see, as soon as they cranked up the money supply, look how the inflation just started to take off like a rocket here. So you massively print a ton of money. And Milton Friedman, this is Milton Friedman 101. You can see how the inflation just took off like a rocket. And, quite literally, you should not be printing money like a drunken whore. Do drunken whores work printing presses? I don't know. Anyway, so you can kind of see why we went through that inflationary spiral.